Hello everybody, welcome to the Eden Audio YouTube channel. My name's Adam and I'm the owner of Eden Audio. Eden Audio are based in Copver St Luke, Somerset, which is in the United Kingdom. This past weekend on the 24th of February, the year 2019, I attended the What HiFi Sound and Vision show in Bristol. For once, it was a lovely, warm weekend, much better compared to last year where it was absolutely freezing cold. But this year we were blessed with sunshine and a nice 14 degrees, which was quite amazing to have that kind of temperature in the month of February. Anyway, getting on about the show, I would like to report back that it was very well attended on the Sunday. It was great to see so many people there. It was great to see people of all different ages as well, which kind of dispels the myth that you kind of get that hi-fi in this day and age is just for the older generation of people. I'm pleased to say this isn't exactly true because I saw people there, young men in their 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s and also the older generation. But not only that, there was also women there. So there are women that are also happily interested in audio. So all this doom and gloom is not strictly true, I'm pleased to say. Getting on to the show, as I say, it was very well attended. There's lots of great British brands there and brands from all around the world. It's completely different to what you would expect from the Munich show. I'd call the British show there in Bristol a more down-to-earth kind of show. By that I mean it's more realistic. There's products there you can afford to go out and buy, where Munich, on the other hand, sort of more based around the absolute high end. You need to be famous or a professional footballer to be able to afford that kind of gear. It's a great show, but it's specifically for that kind of people that are looking at the ultra high end, where Bristol, as I say, is more down to earth. It feels more relaxed. To me, it's just got a nicer feel, Bristol. It's a lot smaller in size, obviously. It hasn't got all the glamour, but I liked it because there's products that the general public could afford to go out and buy, which is great for everybody. Last year was the first time I'd actually been to Bristol. As I say, I've been living in Spain for a long time and I've only recently been back in the UK for the past couple of years. So last year was the first time I'd actually been to the Bristol show. And I found that there was rooms that I wasn't particularly keen on. Then there was rooms that I found to be really, really good sounding that I really did enjoy listening to. And the funny thing was, again, when I went this year, the rooms that I wasn't so keen on last year, I found that, again, I wasn't that keen on them. Sorry about that. And the rooms that I was keen on last year, again, when I went to revisit the room this year, I found them to be exceptional sounding yet again. So that was good. And also what I found good, that there was products that everybody could afford to buy. There was entry-level products ranging up to sort of high-end prices, not ultra-high-end, but there was products that were starting from a couple of £100 that were really, really good, beautiful build quality, excellent sound quality, which everybody, as I said, would be able to afford. For this little presentation, I presented a series of photographs. This in itself proved to be quite difficult as the rooms were very, very dark and the lighting that was in the room was very harsh, meaning trying to take photographs of the equipment in the room or products that were in the room, quite a challenge. As I say, the light that was shining on the products was very harsh, meaning to try and get a nice photograph of them was proving to be quite difficult in most cases. Also, we can forget about making any type of 4K recordings, because to make a 4K recording, it's okay if you're just going to make a 5-minute or 10-minute presentation. Even a 10-minute presentation is going to be one humongous size file. To edit and process 4K files is really, really difficult, and the computer that I've got in its current configuration, it really is beyond its means. It will just totally kill and crash my computer trying to edit that size kind of file. So for that reason alone, what I've presented for you is a series of photographs that I tried to take in very difficult circumstances, so I hope you enjoyed them. It's quite funny because when you do go to the Bristol show and you enter into the Marriott's hotel, you are greeted by, first thing you actually see is the What HiFi demonstration that they prepared. And what they were demonstrating was 8K content. And I thought to myself, why 8K? Why do we need 8K? We don't even see in 4K. How many people have got 4K monitors? How many people can process 4K content? if you want to stream 4K movies, you need an ultra-fast fibre to your door internet connection, or it will just buffer. Now you try and imagine trying to watch 8K content or process 8K content or the file size of 8K content. What is the point? That is my question of the day. Do we really need 8K content? Anyway, let's get back to the show. As I say, it's a series of photographs. I hope you've enjoyed it. Some of the rooms I couldn't attend because there was obviously a demonstration going on or the room was closed. I hope you enjoy the photos. What then are my concluding thoughts of the 2019 Bristol Sound and Vision Show? This is my personal recommendation of what I found to be the best of the show. Just like last year, horns took pole position. I thought their speakers sounded sublime. This year they were using a reel-to-reel tape machine with them, and the sound reproduction to me was out of this world. I could have listened to that for hours on end. The purity of tone, the sound staging, the realism was top of the class. Brilliant, brilliant sound. That was closely followed again by Harbath. They had two speakers on demonstration. They had the smaller ones, tiny little stand mounters. I think they're called the Anniversary Edition. And then they had a larger stand mounter called the Compact 7ES. I guess it's the Mark III. But to my ears, I preferred the smaller, the little Anniversary Edition. I could have listened to that speakers for hours on end. I have heard people say that Harbath are overpriced, that they're old-fashioned sounding, that they're rolled off at the frequency extremes. But to my ears, I absolutely loved them. They sounded natural. A speaker you could just sit back, relax and enjoy listening to. Beautiful. The best value was Kef, the new LSX. Kef have done an absolutely outstanding job on these. They pack so much technology. You get so much for your money with these new little speakers. They look good. They do everything you could possibly want. For 99% of music lovers, they are the perfect loudspeaker. Again, if you've got a small space, you don't need to fill up a massive lounge or massive rooms, then the Kef LXX I strongly recommend, because to me, my ears at that show, they were the speaker that offered the best value for money without a shadow of doubt. Well done, Kef. Brilliant job on those. I also strongly recommend the following. The new Ophidium P1. I've got the P3s here on demo and I've been blown away by them. The P1 is the new top of the range, and again it is an awesome loudspeaker. If you've got that kind of money to spend on a pair of floor standing loudspeakers, I strongly recommend those. Moving up again, slightly more expensive. Again, Kef, I think they knocked the ball out of the park in this HiFi show. They had two models on demonstration and both of them really did impress me. The new R series, brilliant sounding, strongly recommend them. Monitor Audio Gold 100. Now this surprised me because I've always found Monitor Audio to tend to err on the slightly harsh side to me, a little bit too bright for me. But the Monitor Audio Gold 100 with the Roxon gear sounded superb. Again, it was another system I could have listened to for hours on end. Thoroughly enjoyed that. Falcon Acoustics, lovely sounding, based on the BBC sound. That was very, very impressive. And the brand that I heard for the first time last year, I guess they're a Scandinavian brand, they could be from Sweden, called Larsen. When I heard them last year, I was impressed by how good they sounded. And again, this year, I thought they sounded exceptionally good. Also, there's a special mention for British manufacturers such as Edwards Audio, Rega, Neat, all offering exceptional value for money. Honest British brands where you get great sound for a really attractive price. So my overall conclusion is that I really enjoyed the Bristol 2019 show. I thought the sound quality was very good in most of the rooms. There was a couple of rooms to me that were MediaCore sounding. I'm not going to mention any names. And there was a couple of home cinema demonstrations that I didn't bother attend because that's not really my bag of thing. As I say, overall, it was a fantastic show. It was great to see a great range of ages there. Good to see young people getting involved in the hobby and taking an interest. Thank you very much, everybody, for paying attention to this rather long presentation I made here of the Bristol 2019 show. Thank you for tuning in. If you've enjoyed it, please leave us a thumbs up. Take care, everybody, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.